Well, Syria is just one of the hot-button topics for President Obama at the United Nations this week. The president addresses the General Assembly tomorrow. But Chief White House correspondent Ed Henry tells us tonight the president's most important words may be spoken on the sidelines.
With his plate already full of trouble spots like Iran and Syria, President Obama began his stop in New York, meeting with Nigeria's president, and quickly weighed in on yet another crisis, the ghastly attack in Kenya.
We stand with them against this terrible outrage that's occurred.
Since a Somali extremist group with ties to al-Qaeda was behind the mall attack, Republicans quickly charged it's a reminder the claim of al-Qaeda being on the run has not proven true for a president they believe has a diminished hand on the world stage.
There's a perfect storm building for this country to get hit. We got a weak president, a war-weary public, emboldened enemies, shaky allies.
Top aides to the president today scoffed by insisting the U.S. will not be shaken by the attack in Africa. And they pointed to potentially major diplomatic successes, like the signals of openness from new Iranian President Hassan Rouhani. Baby steps today at the UN as Catherine Ashton, the chief of security policy at the European Union, met with Iran's foreign minister face to face.
We had a good and constructive discussion.
While the White House has left the door wide open to a potential Obama-Rouhani meeting this week, critics are warning that should not go forward without Iran making a concrete proposal on its nuclear program.
They haven't changed anything except the rhetoric. So it's old wine, new bottle.
Even a top Democrat sounded a note of caution today. Senate Foreign Relations Chairman Bob Menendez signing a letter to the president with Lindsey Graham declaring, quote, "We have taken note of recent diplomatic overtures by Iran. However, whatever nice words we may hear from Mr. Rouhani, it is Iranian action that matters. We would welcome a credible and verifiable agreement with Iran." There have also been some early cracks in the tentative deal cut with the Russians on Syria turning over its chemical weapons, though former UN Inspector Charles Delfer says he's cautiously optimistic it will stick.
Obviously, they have to worry about Syrian cheating, but the Russians are going to be embarrassed and hurt in addition if Bashar al-Assad is caught blatantly cheating in this case.
Not surprisingly, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is taking a hard line against Iran, saying they may be using the North Korean playbook here, stalling for time while they get nuclear weapons. But Netanyahu doesn't get to address the General Assembly until next Tuesday. The American and Iranian presidents first have their say tomorrow. John?
So, Ed, what's your sense of this Iran meeting? Is it going to happen?
It seems more and more likely, but not a formal one-on-one. What seems likely would be sort of an informal hallway bump into each other, just as we saw between President Obama and President Putin when they didn't want to have the formality of a one-on-one. Yeah. Something like that seems, if not likely, at least possible, John.
As far as chance meetings go, it will be historic, no question. Ed Henry, thanks so much.
Good to see you.